Welcome back to the Sugar Freedom Office. I'm Catherine Gordon, your Sugar Freedom trainer. Oh my goodness. 4:30 in the afternoon. I had a big lunch, still full, even at 4:30, even though I finished everything at 1:30. I had been trying to add back some more above ground vegetables, and I had my avocado and chocolate dessert. And oh my goodness, it's all like right here in my belly. But I am not going to miss this training session because that's my commitment, and it's been the 5-day split for the last 2 weeks. I am going back to work on Monday. My days off are going to be Tuesday and Thursday, so I'm going to be bringing those training videos on Tuesday and Thursday. So this is going to be the last of the daily live videos, but we've hit all 5. We've got leg day, back day, shoulders, arms, chest. That's our 5-day split. We have 2 sets of those. Today, we're going to be doing our arm exercises. This is the only day when we do 4 exercises. We're going to do curls, tricep extensions, then hammer curls, and then tricep dips. Now, we're going to be doing 10 reps of each exercise instead of 8, and then next week we're going to be doing 12, and then in week 4, we increase the weight and we go back down to 8 reps. All right, here we go. Let's get started. So we're going to begin with a classic dumbbell curl. So I may have had a big lunch. You may have had a big lunch. Who knows? Maybe you'll be doing this training after dinner, but still do your best to zip up those abs and pull in. And here it comes, that full strong curl. 1, 2. Now remember, let me introduce lactic acid to you. 5, 6, starting to feel the heat. 7, starting to feel that lactic acid. 8, feeling it more. 9, and 10. So I'm not interested in the concept of no pain, no gain. I'd rather say no pain ever. I'm not interested in pain. What I am interested in is that you feel that heat sensation, that the lactic acid is coming up. And it is a burn, but it shouldn't be painful. It should be that sense of this is getting harder, it's getting harder, feel the heat, the burn starts to come up, and then once it comes up, you've got about 2 or 3 more reps within that zone, and then you rest and you go on to the next exercise, which is going to be a full tricep extension. I'm going to do these with 5s for a reason. I need that full extension and contraction in order to stimulate all the heads of the tricep. That's why it's called a tricep. Try for 3. All right, here we go. Grabbing my 5s, the little 5-pound dumbbells. So easy, but that's okay, because we want it to be very doable at the beginning. So this is set 1, and I'm going to demonstrate 2 sets, but in the real workout, we do 3. So that 3rd set is going to be harder. We do 4 more. 4, full extension. 3, there's the left arm. 2, fully extended for definition, and 1. Then in the next set, I'm going to increase the weight. So now I'm going to go into alternating hammer curls, 10 on each side. I'm moving through these quickly, and so I already have lactic acid built up in my biceps. You may want to take more time in between, but I'm going to go for it. Away we go. All right. Shoulders back and down, abs tight, glutes squeezed. 1, 2, so strong. 3, 4, already starting to feel this. 5, 6, starting to get hard. 7, here we go. 8, 9, 10. Now next week, we're gonna move up to 12 reps. And I probably could have done 12, and that is good because we wanna progress. Progression is our code. 8, 10, 12, increase the weight. Now for dips. How I love my bench. Can you see me? I can see you. Well, I can see the camera. And it's 1. Pull in that belly. And 2. Keep the shoulders down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, now I'm feeling it. I'm getting low enough, 8, that when I'm coming up out of the hole, 9, and 10, I'm really feeling it in that tricep. 3 reasons I want you to lift weights. Energy balance. We talk about calories out, calories in. That never worked for me. And the reason why, and close this door, is because when I tried to reduce calories and increase endurance, so reduce what I was eating in terms of calories and increase endurance to burn more calories, I did 2 things that were an absolute disaster. Disaster number one, I increased my appetite. Last thing I wanted. Disaster number 2, I burned lean muscle. Never want to do that. And actually, disaster number 3, I was conditioning my body to require less energy. Let me say that again. Traditional diet and exercise programs condition the body to require less energy. In other words, you are making your body more efficient, which is the last thing you want to do. You're taking, I like to say, you're going from Corvette to Chevette. 2 Chevrolet cars, one incredibly fast, but is going to burn more energy, correct? And is very sleek and stylish. And then the other one, economy car, just to get around town, isn't going to use much gasoline, not real fancy. So now, especially if you've had a history like I did of cutting calories and doing cardio, we want to switch that and we want to go from Chevette to Corvette. Make sense? All right, so that's my little talk about muscle, and now I'm ready to do my next set. So I'm going to go ahead and increase to the 12s. Hello, 12s. Oh, how I love my beautiful blue dumbbells. Sadly, these beautiful blue 12s, apparently they might be available on Amazon, but they've gotten pretty expensive. Oh my goodness. The things going on in this economy today. All right, shoulders back, chest lifted, abs tight. Here we go. Inhale and exhale up. Good. 2, 3. I know you're willing to do this, right? 4. It's just 4 exercises. 5, 6. So worth it. 7, 8. Doesn't take much time. 9 and 10. And you can see how much fun I'm having. All right, I'm gonna put these down. And I'm gonna switch it out. And I'm gonna go with my 8s. Tricep extension. We really wanna extend to work the heads of the tricep. 3, 4, oh yeah. Trying to take the momentum out of it. 2 more. No momentum. And 10. All right. Hammer curls with my 12s. Go. Oh, I love a hammer curl. I'm going to start with my left this time. 1, 2, 3. Finishing with a tricep dip. If this irritates your elbows or your shoulders at all, don't do this. Rest, and then go back and do a single arm tricep extension. Hit those triceps again. The idea behind a 5-day split, working a section each day, is the concept is you're hitting it over and over and over. Get the lactic acid to come up, get those micro tears to happen, so then it rebuilds larger and stronger. You want to hit those muscles again and again to get them to respond and to get them to change As a trainer once said, change takes change. So that's why we're doing this again and again. Last exercise for me is going to be a bench dip, but you could always do a single arm tricep extension. Here we go. Notice that the bent knee and the hinged hip gives me a great deal of control and range of motion. I can drop down pretty far and then press back up. Really think about the back of the arms. Think about where you're training. Abs tighter. Come on, abs. You can press into your feet to give yourself more assistance, or you can really leave the weight in the back of the arms. 7, really burning now. 8, pull in those abs, come on. And 9, and 10, coming back. So there you have it. So you have 5 in week 1, 5 in week 2. I'm going to be continuing to do this, but I'm going to be coming to you on video on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Stick with it, 30 days, 3 exercises a day, 8 times 3, 10 times 3, 12 times 3, then increase the weight. And then on Friday, on arm day, you have 4 exercises, hitting the front of the arm 2 times, and then hitting the back of the arm 2 times. Like, share, subscribe, come back for the Tuesday and Thursday videos as we continue, and we should start to see results. Now, as I go back to work, and as I've established my training pattern, now I'm really going to focus in on my nutrition. So what does that mean? I am at 56, before menopause, so menopause was really about age 54. I could eat more carbohydrates, and since I went through the change, I am extremely sensitive to glucose. I have highly impaired glucose tolerance. I literally call myself a glucomaniac. If I ingest too much glucose, and that could be fruit, that could be like heavy roasted vegetables, where like say if you roast a vegetable and you blacken it a little bit, there are some natural sugars that really come up from that caramelization. I'm so sensitive to glucose that even that can be a bit much for me. So I'm going to go even closer to what I call an AB keto strategy, an animal-based keto strategy. I don't call it carnivore because I am still having some heavy cream. I'm having a bit of stevia, and then every once in a while I do make a dessert that's made with some cream with some cheese and also with some organic cocoa sweetened with stevia. So I don't think it's right for me to say I'm full-on carnivore because I am eating some of these dairy products. I do drink coffee, and obviously coffee isn't carnivore. It comes from a bean, and sometimes I use some cocoa, and I do use liquid stevia, which is from the leaf of the stevia plant. So I call it AB keto. I call it animal-based keto instead of calling it full-on carnivore. So that's going to be the nutrition strategy. So what I'm going to be looking for is getting the waist smaller, getting a couple of more inches off of my hips, maybe some off of my thighs, leaning out and tightening up these arms. They've gotten a little soft under here. I really want to get them tighter and leaner, and I hope you want the same. And I just want to leave you with the idea that as we deal with COVID-19 and the coronavirus, what we're dealing with is an understanding that metabolic syndrome, insulin resistance, obesity, this whole cluster of issues that is really insulin resistance and metabolic syndrome, these put us more at risk for severe experiences with COVID-19. One of the things that all of us can do, no matter how you eat, is to start resistance training, building muscle. Lean muscle tissue does prevent metabolic syndrome. Evidence is there. I have other studies that I've listed in other videos. So every time you lift and you build that lean muscle tissue, you're literally creating the mitochondria, the powerhouses that are going to take that glucose out of the system, because it doesn't matter what you eat, gluconeogenesis, your body is going to produce glucose, your brain has to have some glucose, that it pulls it out, uses it for muscle tissue, for bodybuilding, for brain function, and make sure that it isn't stored as adipose fat. Because remember, it is that trunk fat, that abdominal fat, that is negatively metabolically active. And when we train and when we build weight and when we get lean, we keep that in check. We keep our energy balance firing on all cylinders. Stay healthy and stay strong. I'll see you again on Tuesday. Have a wonderful weekend. And if you're going back to work like me, I'm going to be wearing my mask and washing my hands. And I hope that you are healthy and safe and that you can take part in making our economy healthier too. All right. Be good, everyone. And I'll try to be good too. And I'll see you next time.